Welcome, brother. Jordan here. In today's video, I want to talk about an important topic that may be very, very triggering to you, but that's okay. I want to explain to you why the wins may not feel like wins anymore. Why the achievement and the attainment of the different things that you've done in your life, whether it be health related, your body, it may be love, it may be a relationship, it may be even finances and business, why those things may not be actually giving you the feeling that you're truly looking for. And we're going to go deep. We're going to talk about some sensitive topics here. But this is going to be, for some of you, a big realization and a big breakthrough. So I'm excited for you at the same time. So let's dive in. I've worked with many clients across different industries, some of them sales professionals, entrepreneurs, online coaches, consultants, across different income levels and different stages of life and business and everything related to that. And I've noticed a common theme, especially among men who are driven to achieve bigger and better things, which is an amazing thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm on that journey like anybody else. And this is highly related to my own journey as well. When we start to chase things that are outside of ourselves, whether that be money, love, relationships, women, whatever the case is, maybe even our body to look a certain way, our appearance, like all of these different things. Of course, I'm not saying that they're not important. That's not what I'm getting at all. That's not the message here. But when we chase those things for the sole reason of trying to feel something within our own self, that's a dangerous place to be. Because from that place, all we do is use things outside of ourselves, all around us, to try and give us the deeper feeling to be seen, to be heard, and to be loved within ourselves. Now, that may sound fluffy, and you may even leave this video because that's a triggering thing to even talk about. And I get it. But when we chase those things, what we're truly looking for is a feeling. You're looking for more money to feel the feeling of abundance. You're looking for the relationship to feel the feeling of love, to be in love, to be with somebody. When you get into the gym or you start working on your body, you're looking to feel strong, to feel powerful, to feel present. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But when we do it and chase it outside of ourselves, it's a dangerous place to be because it will never actually give us what we're truly looking for. The love, the validation, the ability to be seen. You can only give that to yourself. So when the wins don't feel like wins anymore, it's because the fuel source that has been driving you for such a long time is no longer sustainable. There is something deeply going on within that is out of alignment, that if not addressed, is going to keep you running and keep you chasing and never really arriving anywhere. And it's a hard truth. It's one I've experienced in my own life as well, quite early on in my life, thankfully, to be honest. But this is a common theme for many men. You know, the journey looks very similar to chasing women, chasing money, status, chasing validation from relationships or how many sexual partners or how much money that you make or how much, you can lift in the gym. Like all of these things are fine as well. I'm not saying that they're like a negative thing. I'm saying that when they're chased from the wrong fuel source, it's a dangerous place to be, because what's really driving all the behavior is the need to feel loved. It's the insecurity. It's the feeling of being accepted. It's the feeling of feeling strong and powerful. And that doesn't come from things outside of yourself. It comes from doing the work within your own heart to be able to heal those things. And funnily enough, these things are formed very early in life. We get them, from our parents. We're not blaming our parents here at all. They did the best they could with the tools that they had, right? But as kids, when we're growing up and we don't know how to manage our emotions, we don't know what it's like to really navigate the world. So we look to our parents or even the people who are helping us navigate the world if our parents weren't around. We look at these people for guidance. We model them on how to be a human because we have no idea how to do that. So if there's experiences throughout our life, whether they be really, really traumatic or maybe just even slightly dismissive when it comes to, our own childlike essence getting dismissed within, the parenting dynamic or whatever the case looks like. There's so many nuances to it. But when we experience those things, we start to feel dismissed and we make an unconscious decision within our own mind of, I am not lovable because whatever the reason is. I am not accepted for who I am because. And we start to make these decisions within our mind based on how we were treated, based on what happened, to us, and any other events that may have played a part in that. And that can be early in our life, it could be in our teenage years, really when our mind is forming into, a fully conscious human being, which is, the subconscious forms from the ages from 0 to 7. After that, you're slowly forming your conscious mind. But in between those times, especially before you're the age of 18, there's a lot of things going on that cause unconscious patterns, decisions, behaviors to be made about who you are, because your identity is forming and the identity gives you certainty. So later on in life, when you're chasing success and finances and maybe women or in the gym or whatever the case is, that can come from a fuel source of, hey, I'm looking for something to give me the feeling that I didn't receive growing up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it is our responsibility to heal those things. Otherwise, we will never truly feel what we are really desiring to feel, because the external things will never give it to us. They will never give it to you. And don't get me wrong, this takes time and it's a journey. Absolutely. And I'm on a journey like anybody else. I'm not sitting here on my high horse telling you that I've done all the work and I've arrived somewhere, because that would just be my ego talking, because this is a lifelong journey. But with the men I've worked with and the work I've done on my own self, like, I've seen how that can have such a profound impact in not only just like living a happier life, but switching your fuel source so that you are not only driven, but you're pulled by something far greater than yourself. You're not driven by insecurity, you're pulled by a vision. You're not driven for the need of validation, you're fully grounded in your own masculine core, your own masculine truth. You show up fully within the friendships, relationships, and just acquaintances that you have. Fully present, not needing to prove anybody right, not needing to prove yourself to anybody, not needing to flex what you've accomplished in life to make yourself feel better about yourself. Because that's not true confidence. That's insecurity masked as confidence by the ego. Because the ego comes along and starts to protect these things. Because naturally, right, and there's no judgment here, naturally, when you're a child and you start to form these unconscious patterns and beliefs that we're talking about here, the ego is going to go off and protect them. And it's going to tell you that it's for the right reasons. It's because, we want to make this money because, we want to live this great life for ourselves. And yes, there's some truth to that. 100%, I'm not, devaluing that at all. But a part of it may be coming from the need to feel validated by the people around you, by peers, by people in the mastermind, by people in your community, to feel better about who you are. But it's a dangerous game and it's an unsustainable fuel source, because there will come a time where that just won't be sustainable anymore. Just won't be. And that's when the deeper work will be required. But if you can do it before then you won't have to suffer the consequences of that. Now, my belief around our existence here on this planet, and again, this is my belief, right? I'm not necessarily tied to one religion. I am very spiritual. I see the value in all religions. I see the message across all religions as well. But I believe at the core truth of all of it, that we are all one, that we are all connected, that we are all splinters from the same piece of wood, right? It's like the hand. The hand is the source. We are the splinters that come from that. So we're all connected in our own way. And I do heavily believe in the idea of oneness. And that our journey here on this planet as human beings is not just to achieve material things and then, live an amazing life that can come from that. That on the externally, that may be what it looks like. But you're the only one that will be living your life. You're the only one that will be experiencing the success. And yes, the success is nice. But is a success really nice if you inside are feeling turmoil, pain, frustration, fear, insecurity, and that's the core driver behind all of it? Is that truly peace? It's not. So to attain that peace and still achieve things at the same time, that comes from doing the internal work to mend and heal these different things that may have happened throughout your life that are causing you to have this fuel source in the first place. And at the end of the day, like coming back to what I mentioned here around spirituality, like our journey here is to grow and evolve and to learn the specific lessons that are presented to us throughout this life. And for you, this may be a key lesson as part of your journey, where everything that we've been talking about so far has gotten you to where you are today, which is amazing. I'm not devaluing that. That's incredible. But to be able to make it sustainable, and the reason that you're still watching this video is because something here resonates with you. There's something here that is calling you to go inwards within yourself, to find deeper alignment in your work, deeper alignment in your meaning and your purpose around why you're here. And that's your soul calling. It's not your mind. Consciously, it won't make sense, but internally, you will be pulled in a certain direction. I know this to be true because I experience it all the time. And when we go on this journey and learn these lessons, our soul evolves. And really the core aim for all of it, at least from my perspective, is that we're trying to get back to love, unconditional love for others, for the world, for ourselves, because we can't give something to somebody else if we can't give it to ourselves first. Like we see this in relationships a lot as well. A lot of relationships are built off just pure attachment of needing another person to be around so that you don't feel alone. That's not love. It's attachment. And there's nothing wrong with that because that relationship may be teaching you that actual lesson in itself. And that's beautiful. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not coming along here and judging this. You see what I mean? Like it's all lessons. It's all lessons and it's all perfect the way that it is. But there does come a time where we have to switch the fuel source, especially if something like this is resonating with you. So with all that being said, it's like this journey coming back to love and this journey coming back to oneness is remembering who you are, remembering that you have a mission, a vision for your life that you are here to accomplish, and not just to achieve goals, but to actually, potentially have a big impact on people. Or maybe it's a family, or maybe it's just a great life where you're at peace and you get to do the things that you love. That could be your mission. It doesn't have to be this big grandiose thing where you're helping millions and millions of people. It doesn't have to be like that at all. Some people don't want that, and that's fine, right? You don't have to do that. But it may be that you simply just want to be at peace within your own soul, and you can sit there at the end of your bed at the end of the day and say, hey, I actually love myself for who I am. That's so powerful and so profound. And I know that there's so many men all around the world that cannot say that because they're unaware of the different things that are actually causing them to feel the pain that they're feeling deep inside, that's causing the behaviors and the actions within the physical world that we live in. And that to me is something that keeps me awake at night. It's just why I do what I do and why I feel like this is part of my mission, right? I don't really know why. I don't understand it. I just know that I'm meant to do it. So with all this being said, brother, I see you. I see you. Under the surface, in the privacy of your own heart, that's where the work is done. That's where you truly tap into your essence, your power, like true power. Not false power, not egoic power, true power. Grounded in your core. And that's a beautiful thing. So I think that this should be a big topic that is discussed more amongst men, right? To let go of these ego desires that we think that we want so that we can go off and we can flex on social media and show people how great we are, when really at the end of the day, all we want is to be loved, to be seen, to be heard. And I get it. I get it. It's not an easy world for men to live in, especially in the modern day. But that's not an excuse either. It's up to us to rise. It's up to us to step into leadership and to lead from the front by doing the work required to fully show up for the people around you, your family, your team, whatever the case is, from that place of congruent confidence and love for the people around you. Not trying to manipulate them, not trying to force them to be a certain way because of how you feel, being able to manage your emotions, being able to manage your mind, being able to bring things into reality from a place of flow and not just pure resistance and force. Not saying that we're trying to avoid challenges. We're not trying to do that at all. But we're trying to lean into the universal flow that is happening before us at all times. And we do that by raising our energetic frequency, by raising in our emotional state, our levels of consciousness, so that we can embody this strong masculine character that we can just simply step into. That's not led by the ego, but is led by the heart. Massive difference. And leaders like that will be the men who change the world. Even if that's not their goal, they will still change the world because that is a different frequency. That is a different state of being. So with all this being said, man, I see you. It's not an easy place to be, but it is your responsibility, if you stay this long in the video, to make a change, to take ownership over that, and to walk the path in whatever way you see fit. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Drop a comment if this resonates with you. And dude, sending you love. It's all part of the game. It's all the lessons to be learned. And we're here in this journey together. Great to have you here. See you soon. This has been Jordan. I'll see you in the next video.